Good evening, everyone. So today we're here at my friend's shop and we're actually gonna do a little how-to.
Everybody, my name is Michael. I'm Joseph's little brother. Basically what we're gonna do tonight, if he hasn't already explained, is we're basically gonna end up tinting our buddy Luis's fog lights, which he ended up getting brand new. And besides the yellow tint on the fog lights, he also ended up getting some blue tint. Let's begin. So basically we're just gonna clean the headlights and wipe them down, because even though they came with a protective, what is that, like blend plastic, who knows if there was fingerprints underneath. Gonna lightly, go over and make sure we get all the alcohol off. And then, just like I said, on this one it has a protective film. This one, again, does look like it has fingerprints on it, so regardless, we're gonna go ahead and clean it. Quickly, a lot has changed. I ended up taking off my sweater because it got a little too hot. We ended up prepping the headlights now. We're gonna go ahead and get to the process of tinting, which requires just a bottle of water with a little bit of soap. That way, whenever you apply it, you have a lubricant underneath where you can slide your tint and set it to exactly where you need it. And then once you start applying, you just wanna push out all the water with soap out. And once it's set, it's set. You don't wanna mess with it. You wanna actually end up heating it. That way it sticks and, stays on permanently. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Actually, basically the hardest part is getting the center down, and then the harder part, since it's round, you're gonna start getting creases and triangles, and basically you wanna work from one side to the other. You kinda wanna get a heat gun and start pressing it. The one issue we ran into is, as you can tell, through all the corners, it ends up creasing with the heat. So basically what I'm gonna end up doing now is just grabbing a knife and carefully going around the full circle, around trying to line it up as perfect. We're gonna cut it and get the rest off, and then hopefully with the heat gun and just a little bit of water and soap, we'll be able to push out all the rest of the air bubbles out. So basically what we're doing right here is we ended up taking the old OEM fog light out because we're going to be replacing it with the new tinted ones. In this process we ran through a lot of issues actually. The water reservoir usually has two bolts. You can locate it right at the bottom of it. You might have to reach behind. You kind of have to get that loosened up. That way you can get your hand far enough in to actually loosen the bolts. They're usually 10 millimeters here and a connector. And you might run into issues with the adjustment on the very top. Usually this has a plastic cover that has 3 pins, which are just connected in there. It's just plug and play, and you could just, same thing, you just pull it out. After you get the 210 out, the connector out, it's just literally just pushing and hassling it out, kind of how we did. And there's even the butt connector you could see there. But honestly, jacking it up and the water reservoir is probably gonna be the only thing that you need to loosen. It's kind of a tight fit. But we got it out. Now it's time to install the new one. So let's see how this goes. So basically, as you guys can tell, we finally got everything put together, thrown back on, checked it, make sure all the bolts, we didn't miss one. This is the finished product. We still got we finally got part 1 done, but we still need part 2, which is the headlights, which is gonna come here shortly. Basically, Adrian, you said you ended up getting blue tint. And tomorrow, what we're gonna have to end up doing is just seeing if we even have to take this out at all. If not, if everything goes as planned, we're just gonna go ahead and clean it, throw the film on, and just tint it, cut it out, and it should come out just like the fog lights.
24 hours later.
What's up, everyone? So unfortunately we couldn't get done with the full install yesterday, so the goal for today is to finish the headlight tint.
What's going on, everybody? We back here. As you can tell, we're back in the shop to tackle day 2 of the project. As you can see, yesterday we got the fog lights tinted. Today's task is we're going to tackle on the headlights. On camera it doesn't do justice. The headlights a little scratched up, a little hazy, but with new tint we're going to make it look, you know, brand new, fresh. But yeah, the tools we're going to be using today is, as you can tell, I'm holding the heat gun to stretch the material, get it deep in, and get it stuck on there really well. We're going to be using rubbing alcohol to clean it, water and soap to move the tint around. We have the tint itself here. It's going to be like a baby blue. Or we have our cutting utensils and a squeegee and some paper towels just in case if it gets messy. But other than that, let's get started.
So the key to putting tint on headlights is always try to start from the part that's the flattest.
It should be this area right here, and then work on the seams later on with the heat gun. You're always going to end up getting pinch points. There's no way around it, but with the heat gun, miracles are possible.
So yeah, after a few hours, this is the final product. It looks a lot cleaner. As you can tell, we did the fog lights and we also did both headlights. They look almost new. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.